All right, so ChatGPT prompts for business and also ChatGPT for marketing. And if you are new to e-commerce or you're looking to start a business of any kind and you are not familiar yet with what ChatGPT can do for your small business, I'm going to show you a brand new GPT that was created for ChatGPT, and it's going to blow your mind because it actually shows you all of the prompts you would need for whatever business aspect you are addressing. If it's from marketing, it can do that for you. If it's looking for brainstorming ideas, creating e-commerce websites, everything in between. I have been using ChatGPT now for about a year and a half or so, and I have seen huge results on our YouTube channels, on our e-commerce platforms. So I want to show you this GPT and what it's called, and we're going to dive into that right now. All right, so welcome back. So as I mentioned in the introduction, I'm super excited to bring you this video because there's a brand new GPT that has been released here on my laptop. I've got my screen open. It's called Prompt Professor. And to be honest with you, it's pretty amazing, to say the least. Now, I operate several e-commerce businesses. I used to operate a e-commerce brick and mortar bakery. And if I had this back then, my marketing and advertising would have been a huge asset for me when it came to our brick and mortar business. But now being online and having several YouTube channels with millions and millions of views, this thing is mind-blowing. It's absolutely amazing. So no matter what kind of business you're actually looking to start, I do not care what it is, this prompt GPT is what you need to use, and you need to ask it how to prompt your business questions to help you grow your business without hiring 700 people to do it and spending thousands upon thousands of dollars for people marketing your product and everything else in between. So I've got this open. Let me show you really quick. So here is, of course, you need to have an account with ChatGPT. If you don't, you can sign up for free. This particular version is actually the paid version because I have access to ChatGPT 4, which is well above and beyond advanced of the 3.5 version. Now, if you're looking to start a business, let's start from scratch, and you know nothing about the business, you're just wanting to start it. Let's say you wanted to get into e-commerce and you want to create a store on Shopify. So let's say you wanted to do some research on products for your Shopify store. You want to create a website. How do you even create a website? What goes into a website? How do you price products on a website? Let me show you what this prompt professor can do. I am new to e-commerce. I need as many prompts about all aspects of e-commerce for Shopify as possible. Please note, these prompts need to be for a beginner. Be as exhaustive as possible. All right, Shopify, and we're all set to go. So that, let me fix that really quick. That is a prompt I would ask it to give me prompts on the different aspects. Now let's see exactly what it can do for me. So really quick, while that's coming up on the screen here, I wanted to explain to you that this prompt GPT can actually outline several different aspects or numerous aspects of any business. What I mean by that is, for instance, look at what it's giving me here. Setting up the Shopify store, it's going to break down 6 different prompts here. Understanding e-commerce basics. So before diving into e-commerce, if you don't understand a certain aspect of it, here are some prompts that you can actually give ChatGPT to educate you on understanding e-commerce basics. Next up, designing a store. Maybe you're not a designer. Maybe you're not a webmaster. You don't develop your own websites. I personally recommend that you do work on your own websites. I have built all of mine on my own instead of paying somebody to do that, and there's reasons for that. I'll get into that later. But designing your store, what goes into the store. So it literally will give you a multitude of prompts that you can then ask ChatGPT to elaborate on those. And I'm going to show you how that works too. Payments and logistics. So what are the best practices for setting up a secure payment gateways for Shopify? Okay. Marketing, sales. Again, you don't need to go to somebody for marketing. If you don't know how to market an e-commerce business and you're new to it, that's okay. That's fine. Because these prompts will give you the information and show you, in some cases, even step by step on how to market in sales your own e-commerce business. Again, this can be done for brick and mortar. It doesn't matter any business that you ask. You simply need to give it a prompt and say, look, I need to know more information about this particular subject, this particular business. Give me a list of prompts that I can then ask you to educate me on the topic. Analytics and improvements. So, how do I use Shopify analytics to track my store's performance? Hey, you can ask it, and it'll literally walk you through and show you where you go specifically on the back end of your website. Scaling your business. So what strategies can I use to scale my Shopify store? Perfect. Now, Damien, this sounds great and all, looks great, but what do I do with all these questions, these prompts? Good idea, good question. So let's start up here at the top, setting up your Shopify store. So how do I choose the right theme for a Shopify store? You're going to copy this. You're going to open a second window, and you're going to ask ChatGPT to elaborate on this. Please explain in detail the following. And then you're going to paste it, and then you're going to correct your spelling, and then go. Boom. There is the other side of GPT, ChatGPT for your Shopify question. This is the other side of it, explaining in detail specifically that question. So the prompt, which you were given, right? You got your prompt professor open. You've given this prompt, and you're going to ask it again. Hey, choose the right Shopify theme, and move myself down. And this define your brand identity, identify your store requirements. I mean, it goes literally step by step, showing you exactly what you need for that particular prompt. Now, Damien, this all sounds great. So this is about Shopify, but you know what? I want to start a spice business online. Okay. I need a list of prompts about launching a spice e-commerce business. Be as detailed and as long as needed for this list. So, okay, great. You want to start an e-commerce spice business. Let's try and see exactly what this could prompt. So you have to understand that these prompts are going to be your conversation starters with ChatGPT. ChatGPT then will give you the answers that you are prompting it for. And you don't have to know all the prompts. You don't have to brainstorm it. You can literally use ChatGPT's new GPT prompt professor, sorry about that, and you want to ask it specifically to give you the list. So you don't even have to do that yourself. So here's a great step forward in a spice e-commerce business. And let's say you're just launching it. You have no idea about e-commerce. You're trying to figure that out. Planning the strategy. So how do I conduct market research for my spice e-commerce business? And then so on and so on. Branding identity. So how do I choose a memorable name for my spice business store? You can literally ask ChatGPT to give you a list of 100 spice business names from this own prompt. Product sourcing. I don't know anything about sourcing, Damien, so where do I get spices from that I could sell online? How do I source high quality spices for my e-commerce store? Again, copy, paste, and go right back over here. Please be as detailed as possible for this question. And simply paste it into the GPT and then ask GPT to answer it. There you go. Understanding your market niche, research suppliers. It gives you a whole step-by-step tutorial on what you need to do. So this is a huge game changer for ChatGPT, the prompt professor, because it's now giving you the ability to understand that you don't need to come up with all of the prompts in your own head, in your own brain. You don't have to think of all this. You can use this based upon whatever it is you're questioning them. So let's say you wanted to start a restaurant. How would I start a pizza business? What is a great list of prompts I can ask about launching this? Again, these are some samples of food businesses, ideas, or even e-commerce businesses, but it doesn't matter what you're doing. If you're looking to even launch a product you want to sell on Amazon and you wanted to do some product research, watch this. I'll show you also what you can do with ChatGPT's prompt professor. So again, starting a pizza business, both exciting and challenging, great. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at what is spitting out here, all of these fantastic prompts. So financial planning, how do I budget for startup costs for a pizza business? You're probably going to wonder that, obviously, because you need to know how much. Menu creation. So how do I create a menu for a pizza business that appeals to my target audience, target market? How do you do that? Again, copy and paste it, put it in the other ChatGPT and let it answer it. Okay. Now, here's some other great ones. Let me show you about Amazon. This is pretty mind-blowing. This is amazing. Okay. I am looking to sell a trending product on Amazon. I know nothing about doing this. So list 30 prompts. By the way, you can also ask it to give you a specific amount if you wish. So 30 prompts in regards to this. Give it a couple seconds, and it literally will begin to spit out all of the information that you need to know about trending products on Amazon, finding product research, and everything else in between. So here's 30 prompts. And what's so great about this is that the Prompt Professor GPT will actually break these down into sections. So again, you don't have to get them confused with other things because there might be specific aspects of a business. So that way you can keep them separate and you understand the logic and you can understand it maybe specifically step by step. So that way it makes it easier for you to actually get the information you need. For instance, first off, research and planning. See, setting up your Amazon seller account, okay? Next up, then product sourcing and listing. I mean, it has everything. How do I source a high quality product to sell on Amazon? How do I optimize my Amazon product listings? This is fantastic too for SEO. So as you get your product, you can actually go to ChatGPT and ask it to write specifically a SEO product listing description and features for the bullet points and such that you can put on your product. Pricing and inventory management. It goes on and on. It's pretty mind-blowing. It's amazing. So scaling your Amazon business, monitoring it, and optimization. Now you can also ask it, hey, you know what? I have 4 of them, but this is really not what I'm looking for. So you can say, look, can you give me 10 more specific prompts for monitoring and optimization? And it'll do that. So let's do that. You know what? These 4 doesn't really cut it. That doesn't cover what I need. List 25 prompts for this. So you can pull a section out and ask it to redo it. Monitoring optimizations. Sure, no problem. So this GPT, Prompt Professor, has really been a huge game changer, especially for us and for my business. Now that we have this available, it's something that I would definitely recommend that you look into and give it a shot.